This is such a beautiful little church, built for the poor around 1846. I love the Gothicness of this. It was co-designed by A.W.N. Pugin, a celebrated master Victorian designer. So many lovely touches here, some often hidden in the shadows, waiting to be rediscovered. On entering the south-facing main entrance, it's easy to miss this. The very Puginesque looking angel bears the words of Proverbs 19:17. He that giveth to the poor lendeth to the Lord. It's an alms box, a collection box for the poor. This is amazing and beautifully designed. The dove here hanging at the west window is actually the counterweight to the font cover. You pull down on the dove to lift the cover. This is very unusual and easily missed. The main architect was Samuel Dorks, and along with Augustus Pugin was designer John Hardman. The builder was a local man by the name of Francis Brown, who used local quarried stone from Painswick. With the full support of the assistant curate, Charles Lauder, between them they produced his high church Chapterian Gothic revival beauty. If you look up, you can see the remains of Hardman's Corona Lucis Gasalia. This gas lighting system here and around the church must have looked superb in its day compared to half a mile away where the grand church with the rich only had candle power. Below my feet are the heating system grills, now long since forgotten. People always remember the church as being cold. It's cold now, but I like it. I'm going to disappear for a moment so you can fully appreciate the atmosphere of this place. Walking through the gorgeous pointed arch in the chancel and around the cast stone wall and steps, we arrive here at a stone pulpit. It's easy to imagine the parson giving his enthusiastic sermon to a packed congregation of the poor. Over half the population of Tetbury were considered poor at the time, with less than £4 of earnings per annum. The highlights of the year must have been Harvest Festival and of course Christmas. The poor would have dressed in their finest, and the children would have had to behave, although I suspect through a child's eye this place could easily appear large, dark, and a little bit creepy. But it would probably have felt warm, hopefully with that heating system working, and the magnificent gas lighting would certainly have caught their eye, even if they didn't understand the parson's soul. Alas, in one short lifetime, the congregation had vanished. With the abolishment of the pew rent at the big church of St. Mary's and new non-conformist groups popping up around the town, St. Mary's now had room for the poor. This little church became somewhat unnecessary and financially a major strain on the parish's pocket. I can't believe this. We have just witnessed a partial solar eclipse over St. Saviour's. It was so exciting, and you can see one of the images here. I was able to talk to some of the local residents, and they told me that there was an almighty bang one night in 1975 that could be heard all over the town. It was caused by lightning striking the bell cote, causing great damage to the roof, and the poor weathercock crashed to the ground. Inside the weathercock the following morning was found a note. It read, "William Seeley made this cock. The wind that blew will make it work. The place where it is to stand, the Lord preserve it with his hand. And it was dated June the 26th, 1848. According to the locals, the weathercock has never worked properly since, due to certain mechanical pieces being missed when it was restored. I hope you have enjoyed this little visit to St. Saviour's Church at Tetbury. As we are finishing filming now, and it's lunchtime, I'm going back into the church to eat my sandwiches, soak up the atmosphere, and recite some Edgar Allan Poe poetry. Too cold for me. They're past as a shroud, a fleecy cloud, and I turned away to thee, proud evening star, in thy glory afar, and dearer thy beam shall be, for joy to my heart is a proud part that bearest in heaven that night.